15 minutes trying to figure out what was going on. I didn't have the first person pop in here, and figured out that the video was unlisted. So we are back Fireside. I've got the generator and I do have a phone cable, so we ought to be all right. We don't have the most amount of battery right now, but when we get sitting, we'll plug her in. So what we got done today, you can see the pile just about done with. A little bit left. I went in there with the forks and tried to dust it up a little bit. I do have old cherry top up there. I'll end up dragging that down tomorrow. Oh, that smoke is still pretty good. We got pretty good gusts today, so I don't know how she's gonna be on the mic. Like I said, the iPhone's not great on the wind noises. But yeah, I got the big popple stumps in there. I don't really know how to reference them, but it's freaking hot. Yeah, I took a piece of paper this morning, put it on the little bit that was left. There was nothing actually left, but it was still smoldering a little bit. So I put a piece of paper on it, it took off, and I started going to town and loading it up. But we messed up on the GoPros again. I got it all set up. I had 2 GoPros going, and the other one that I had up top of the hill, while I was cutting, I never hit the record button. So I got another couple maples down here, and a maple and cherry. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And then I think we're going to pull this popple out tomorrow and start a fire back in here next. But who knows? But RC, what is going on? First, once again, I think you've got the lead for the first comments on the chat. And what is up, everybody on the YouTube Shorts? I just found out that these lives are going to Shorts viewers. Something a little bit different. I didn't realize that it had an update for that, so that's why the numbers are so high. So I'll do a little update for the Shorts guys that are in here. This is my first year working for myself. I was a logger and started doing climbing this year, and was given a piece of property here to basically log off for the lady next door, and the logging kind of dried up and the money wasn't in the logging, so I bought a little firewood processor, and this is what we're working on right now. Processor's down there, so we are out of wood that will fit in the processor. So I'm now skidding the trees down with a little John Deere and the Farmy winch, and gonna get another good load of trees down, and then hopefully go back to processing, because we need to get them seasoning for next winter. Yeah, I was telling Ditch Banger, we had that little short there yesterday, or tried to do a live before my phone died, and I was showing him that the what is it, the YouTube, if you do the vertical, it'll actually I guess appear in the shorts, which is kind of cool. Gets a little bit of extra eyes on it. I don't know how many people it'll actually bring in, but and I wish I knew how to see who's where. Can you at some time stream some climbing? I would love to. Problem is a lot of times, I don't know. I'm still not the YouTuber that goes out and asks to record at people's properties. And a lot of the places that I have done out in Lake Placid are, millionaires type of places. And when you're getting into vacation places like that and seasonal, um, you don't want to really open that up. But I think there is a short. It's one of the first shorts I have. It was up on top of a balsam snag over Lake Placid. But like I said, that's about it for that. I might do some around here to kind of make for content, but we'll see. We'll see. That's a really kind of a hard thing to record. I can do the GoPro on the hard hat, but as far as I don't have a groundy guy or anything like that to move the cameras around while I'm up in the tree, so it's kind of one of them things. And to be honest with you, I'm hoping the firewood takes off and this small scale logging operation type of deal, because I enjoy that so much more. The money in climbing is ridiculous, but I just enjoy logging and cutting them from the ground. But there is I don't know. There's nothing really like being on the top of a stem and then falling the top though. That I tell you that still messes with my gut a little bit. And I do have a job next door. I think anybody that had been here for a little while, they've seen that popple that got hit by lightning or whatever the heck, but it's broke all the way up. That one I think I'm gonna climb maybe 15 feet or so, hang a line for the farmy winch, and pull that guy over. Put a back cut in it, and because it's right on the house. So, but yeah, we'll see what we get into. And I was just talking to Grandpa about maybe bringing the sawmill down here too, because we got to get all this. Well, we don't need to, but I want to open up all this the top. Like I said, the top of the hill, everything above, basically what you can see is softwood. So maybe we'll do some milling down here, and he'll work probably till around 11, 12 o'clock, and then after that I'll run the processor or something like that. So that'll be kind of cool. See what we can't do. I've got another piece out front here um, that's opened up already. So I was kind of talking to him. Maybe we'll put the sawmill out there, processor in here. We'll keep the softwood on that side, like I've already got staged over here, and keep the hardwoods on this side. But I don't know yet. There's a whole lot in the works. I'm still deciding if I want to take that big popple down. I've got that one there. I've got this snag here. That popple there, which is still green. And there's just about everything with a funny looking top, and about the tallest trees here are popples. But I got the two biggest ones. Actually, the stumps that are in the fire right now. Them are the two biggest ones that I had to really worry about. So excuse me. I hope you can make some money with the firewood and do all your projects. Well, I tell you what, man, just by you watching right now and all the videos, I have never went and got monetized on YouTube. And within, I think it's been about 3 weeks now, I've gotten monetized. And today I received a email that I got a payout from YouTube. So that's $100 or whatever it is. I wouldn't imagine it's more than $100, but that's $100 I would have never had. So this is I think I've come to the conclusion that this is where I would like to try to make my money, as stupid as that may sound. But what I was telling Grant that I would love to do is to be able to help out people with the firewood. Make some money off the firewood, but do a lot more of the donation stuff. For we've got a lot of people around here that can't afford it and whatnot, and I'd like to be able to help them out. Something Buck and Billy Ray has done with the tree climbing and whatnot. He does the cutting for people, and he doesn't ask for money, and that's probably what I'd like to do. It's one of the blessings of working for myself is now when we get snowstorms or flash floods or any tree problem or anything like that, um, I've been able to just go out and do it. Like the day this year that we got the 18 inches, I was able to put the snowblower on the tractor and go take care of any of the neighbors that wanted it. And I enjoy it. I've done YouTube for a while now. I don't know, since probably almost 10 years. I think I started in 14 or 15 on the other channel. So I've kind of got a grasp of it a little. Just mess up my. No, it didn't. Okay. I got a phone call, of course, right while I was doing this. I never got the. I don't know where I was. I'm sorry. No, hopefully. Oh, I never got the editing side, more or less. That's what I'm working on. I'm hoping that's getting a little bit better. And I don't know if it's the editing side or what I'm recording that is hard to edit. I don't. I'll figure it out. It just takes time, and the more that I edit, the more I figure out how much I want to actually record. It's like I want to do videos every day, but the past 2 days we've been doing fires. So I've got to try to make one day out of working this fire, making it, doing all that, and try to make that somewhat decent to watch. And then like today, I tried to mix in a little bit of cutting, but every time I went and moved the camera, I messed up on the GoPros, I think. So it's just one of them deals. You can't let the cameras get in the way, but at the same time, it's hard to get the content that you need without being mindful of the cameras. And I think you had a question yesterday. I forgot what the heck it was though, and I meant to address it, but we were going back and forth with ground pounder. I tell you what, this thing had better start producing some heat. All day I've been sweating. Took my hats off and everything else, and it's been windy. I turn on the phone to the camera, and we're starting to lose a bit of heat here. So we'll rake it up. Let me stick you guys over here real quick. I'll do a little bit of raking with a foot. Hopefully that'll be all right for a minute. There. I know I'm on the wrong side of the fire. We've been trying to move it away from the wood pile a little bit, little by little. Oh, about the air filter. No, we did address that because you were talking about 3D printing covers. I forgot what the heck it was. Local time is 5:08 East Coast PM. There we go. Now she's warming. I'll probably end up pulling this out. We're starting to get to the wood that I never had a processor. I wasn't here to do firewood, so I let a lot of the tops and whatever go after 6 inches or so. But that'll be perfect. It's not great wood, but crack that in half, and that's 2 more pieces than we had, you know. And then, like I said, we'll get up into here, and I'll probably take this maple down. You can see the scarring. I don't know when it was logged, but I know it's been logged. Hasn't been logged since she's been here. But you can see the scarring and whatnot. So this was an old skid trail that I'm using too, and that pine right there, after the maple, that's got scarring on it. You can see that there's a dead snag. Where are we? Right here. That pine there, there's a dead snag behind it. That's got scarring on it as well. I don't know if I can zoom into that. I might be able to on here. But that pine right there has got scarring where that dead popple is. You know, so there's signs. All the signs are here. And I think about up where that stump is there, I think they rounded this part with a skidder too. And I'm definitely not. I might have a wide little tractor right now, but I'm not where I need to be with it. At least it's bright out. Well, it's getting dark. It's hard to. Yeah, the phones and the GoPros don't show that very well. But I mean, like me by the fire here, maybe. I don't know. No, it's washed out. It's washed out real bad. Over here, it's almost midnight. No kidding. Yeah. How's tomorrow weather look like? I'm hoping it's going to be another decent day like today. We did lose some. We lost some ground here. The skid trails and whatnot, or at least where I've been forward in wood. Try to put you guys up here for a minute. Take a drink. Oh, that ain't very good, is it? There we go. Come on, phone. Work with me. Um, the sawdust has helped huge. I would be have a river running down through the trails and whatnot, but now it's still snow covered pretty well, so that is working out decent. Just let me see. Message. See if old GP is around. I didn't want to bother him, but it is pretty warm. Especially you get mixing it up a little bit, but it didn't take long for it to cool off either. Like I said, that sun was hot today. And I do have, I'll probably end up, I was just looking, because I've got just about everything that I want. I'm going to take a couple of these small maples out of here because it just starts cresting to be hill, but I want to put that bunk down through there. But I do see one more right here, maple. And you can see the crotch on the top. And then you got limbs in competition. So that's garbage. Basically everything else, I mean, everything else looks pretty good through here. That's the biggest thing that I'm going for, is just trying to get all the ice storm damaged trees out. Then we do have some no top stuff up here, and there's some wildlife trees or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I'm just really going after the storm damage stuff now, where before I wasn't taking anything that wasn't a log there for a while. And it ended up working out good. I got a lot of firewood out of them, like I said, and I think I'll make more off the firewood than I ever would have log prices right now. So we will see. It's up in the air. And the popple, I think, go take a look at that real quick. The popple, I think, if we do end up bringing the mill down here, I might run some of this popple through. Let me see. Isn't this? I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys enjoy the woods. But there's nothing better for me. And I don't want to take anything more out of the front. I want to keep it hidden. I've got to get this pile here burnt up. I got some popple tops over here, a little bit of trash, but then I might try to plant a couple spruces or something down here to kind of fill it in, because we got all this other just trash, box alder and everything else. But this is the popple we got out of them. A couple of popples we took down. See, like that right there. It's already starting to check, but that's a real nice log. There's not many of them. That one's got some staining on it. That one right there looks good. There's a couple of them. Big one down at the bottom, which I'm happy I'm seeing that, because that one needs to get moved. Put that rotten thing and that guy down at the bottom. Get the keep the ones off the ground. Keep them from rotting any more than they are. We do have a nice little balsam there. But these, heck you call them things? It's a white birch, but it's like a pin birch or something like that. They always lay over in the wintertime. And then, like I said, I was trying to, there's another one here, pine. Big white pine here. Looks good. And you look on the backside of it, and it must have gotten snapped off, because it's actually a twin. So it's just a lot of the woods around here just got pummeled. You see that guy hiding there. So we'll go around and we'll do some cleaning up. But like this in here, although it's not all that thick, this is pretty much how out here was 3 months ago. Then you got these old trees that just about do a circle to find the sun. But a lot of up and coming stuff. I think there's more soft maple down on this side. I had a lot of hard maple up by the barn. That's mainly what I wanted to run through that processor. Hard maple and ash, but and then this apple tree, somebody cared for it long ago. They put some wire, keep the critters from nipping at it, but she got crazy. So that'll go, and I'll make a special pile for like apple wood. You can see I had another one here, and that's one of the fruit trees that actually does pretty good around here is apple. We have a lot of apple orchards. That and grapes are becoming a thing too. Getting a lot of vineyards out next to Vermont and Canada way. But yeah, she's a good sized fire. It doesn't look like much on the camera, of course, but that's a 30, high 30, low 40 size stump right there, inch wise. The old smoke's just following me now. What do you? I got some storm wood to do. It's a lot of, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, storm damage wood is sometimes it's already split for you, right? Oh, you're doing climbing now too, or have you been climbing? Climbing apple trees. That's got to be a good time. You know what? I think I'm gonna put my chair right here. Son of a gun. That's a nice spot right there. Nice and warm. What exactly are you doing with the apple trees? Are you totally removing them or pruning or what? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Because I mean, around here they're pretty much short and stocky, and they're like a snake the way they grow. They don't grow tall; they just grow out bushes. Oh, okay, okay. So you're just pruning. I see what you're saying. So do you use gaffs or? I wouldn't imagine, huh? Do the SRT. Of course, I never understood that with SRT and DRT. SRT is single rope. DRT is dual or two rope or whatever the heck you want to call it. And DMT is a drug. No, I just I don't know. I watched Guilty of Treason do some, and they don't use the spikes because they're worried about opening up the tree for disease, which makes a lot of sense. But I've done a couple thinnings on trees and prunings, but generally it's a removal basis. Limb it up, knock the top out, and chunk it out. But then again, I don't really bid on the jobs that people are looking to do thinning on them, just because usually you're over structures or you need somebody running ropes for you. And everybody that I have that runs ropes has normal 9 to 5 jobs, so it's kind of hard to get into that line, I guess, unless you're. Ooh, you gotta be careful. The boot's smoking pretty good. I use single row, but no spikes because I don't. Like I said, I don't think you'd want to use spikes on a fruit tree. You don't really want to be gaffing up anything that's going to stay, you know. I've got a lot of work around here I could use a bucket truck for, but like I said, I don't know what I want to do yet. I enjoy tree removals, and the money is phenomenal around here for it, but my heart is on the logging side, and now the firewood side has got me sucked in pretty good here. We'll see if there's money in it, as long as I can sell all my wood, right? I know I did all right on bundle wood last year, so I don't have any doubts that it'll do all right. Especially having seasoned, that's going to be a huge plus. So if it doesn't sell all by next fall, there's people that don't really plan ahead. There's enough of them out there that don't plan ahead for the harsh winters we can have. You know, just because it's 40 degrees today doesn't mean it'll be 20 below tomorrow. Last summer, went up there with shorts and some old crusty shoes. Wow. Yeah, that would be that'll make a man out of you. I wouldn't have a chunk of skin left on my legs, especially something as coarse bark as an apple tree. The shoes I can get on with, just because having that flexibility, like climbing in these things, would be horrible. But the amount of flexibility in them would be cool to have something with some grippers on them, you know. But if you're wearing spikes, I like steel shank boots. They just don't dig into my arches that bad. That was dumb. Life lessons, right? I tell you one thing. Ooh, I gotta back up. I will tell you, I did do some testing this year on a cherry tree, and cherry's my favorite. I like cherry for burning. I like cherry. I love the smell of cherry when it's cut, and I love the look of it. But this is a up and comer. But this bark right here will tear you to shreds, and not to mention whatever it has in it that smell. I guess you'd say, the fragrance or whatever, it burnt the absolute snot out of my eyes. I don't know what it was, but as soon as I got a chip in my eye, I was yipping pretty good. Yeah, that popple's starting to go. Good. Hopefully that'll be what's left tomorrow morning. Yeah, it is dangerous. Every bit of it's dangerous. There you go. It won't, the fact of how dark it is won't transfer on the camera, but there is the moon. So you can't really argue that fact, right? Burnt the hair off my hands. Oh, yeah, so I don't know. Tonight was kind of a flop, I guess. Last night, of course, it started out pretty good. We had nearly 100 viewers right off the get. But like I said, it was more or less the short time. Like last night's stream, the uh, the little short timer went longer. I don't think we had enough interest in it. But I figured while I'm sitting out here, I might as well see, because I like answering questions. I like the back and forth a lot better during the live streams than the regular content. It's so much easier to answer a question. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's going from one, and then it goes up to 20 for me. But who knows? If people are swiping, it doesn't mean there's 20 people actually watching. That's what I mean. It's confusing. I was hoping old GP would be around, but he has some pretty good back and forth with me. And he's on the other side of the wood stuff. He does a lot of the fancy climbing stuff, and I say I don't want to do it, but I never really had any interest in climbing to begin with. And then this year I did it, and before I know it, that's all I wanted to do. So it is an addicting thing. I don't know if it's the only thing I can really compare it to, and it probably is just from a newbie coming in, but like when I used to do the firefighter thing, and you go out in a wildland fire where everything around you is not good, you know. And I am deathly afraid of heights, but for some reason I get a pair of spikes on, and I think it's the tree and the fact that I'm connected to the tree. It's comforting, but you get me up in a bucket, and man, oh man, I used to do it, but that messed with my stomach quite a bit. And then you with shorts and old crusty shoes. Nah, like I said, that is probably some of the most fun I've ever had was the wildland firefighting stuff. We'd have uh, big fires going on up at Chazy and whatnot, and you get a wrong gust of wind, and before you know it, you're surrounded. But it's I like that. I like that. Todd, there he is. How you doing, Bubba? No, I figured I'd bring the little charger unit out with me tonight, just in case, because last night it was cracking off pretty good, but tonight it's been mellow. It's been kind of nice. I could just relax a little bit. But yeah, we got most of the pile done. That's a chunk that I'm going to keep for firewood. At least some of it. Probably 8 foot of it before it starts getting small. But yeah, we got a lot of the pile done today. I do have some trees I dropped. Did you get the email? I don't know, Todd. I've been out here since 8 o'clock this morning. It's the first time I've been on my phone, so I'll check for you, Bubba. I actually did get a couple more sponsors reaching out for me, so I might try this one for the tractor um, parts. Sounds like they ship OEM stuff, so I might give a hoot and try them out. I'm not sure yet. I know it doesn't do very well on the channel. Realistically, that's whatever. But if people want to try to take care of me and get some parts out here for normal wear and tear stuff, I'll make a video of it. It would be cool to have a part supplier though. That's for darn sure. Especially working in woods. Might have to talk to them about tires now. Huh. 10-4. I'm keeping everything private. It's a good way to be, Toddy. Good way to be. RC, thanks for coming in, buddy. You kept her going for me. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, I didn't know how much interest there was. I didn't know what time people get done work and if they'd be into this thing. But like I said, last night it kicked pretty good, and of course I didn't have no battery. And tonight I got battery and ways to charge it, and she's mellow. But oh, I know that, buddy. Don't worry about that. Night, RC. I'll probably pack it up here in about 5-10 minutes anyway, just because it's going to be dinner time. We got, like I said, I didn't actually get this going tonight till late, so but I wanted to try it and see if Ground Pounder was around because he had some pretty good questions, and then I wanted to bounce some off of him, but yeah, these are them big popple stumps, and this stump right here is the one that ate my husky chain. I think that was the last one. I think I popped it with the fork, and it broke that chain on my husky. So, and now you can see right next to the rear tire, right there, that stump is now out and about where that was completely buried in snow. What is your opinion about hand cutting pine? Lobbly stuff? Specific? I'm not sure about that one. What do you mean? Hand cutting pine's my favorite. Softwood, a dull saw seems sharp. Am I reading it wrong or did you spell it wrong? Or is it a species I'm not familiar with? Explain it to me, Bubba. I've got something behind me. I heard it 3, 4 times now. I don't know if it's a deer. It's dark enough though. It's called. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I'll have to look it up, man. I'll get back to you on it. I don't know. I have to do some comparing and contrasting on our pines and the couple different species we have versus that one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What the heck is that? I keep hearing crunching, but that was definitely a stick break. No, I'll look it up when I get home, Bob. And I'll look for that email too. I'll see if it worked. Yeah, that's the I don't have any down here, but I was just explaining. Of course, now it's too dark to probably see. But up here we got some skitter rub stuff, and yeah, it's really sappy too. Pine is, at least around here, our red pine is not horrible, but any of our spruce balsam, pretty bad for sap. Starting to get some sticks that have plagued me for a while coming up. Copy that, Bubba. It's gooey. Yeah, that sounds like our stuff. Because we're heavy to white pine here. It's kind of what you see. But there's hemlock. There's a hemlock right here in front of you. You can see the limbs are broke off, and there's a popple next to that. And then we've got some, there's another hemlock right here. But we got some knotty pine. I think they're called Scotch pine. Basically junk. And they're sappier than sappy too. So, yeah. But we had a pretty banger day. This is, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's probably, I mean, you can see that little lawn chair in the background. It's probably the better half of 12 foot wide here. Nothing but red hot. And hardwood burns a lot different. That's what Grandpa kept complaining about. It burns so much different than softwood. It's got so many limbs that go every other way. So if you don't put it on right, it burns everything underneath it. And then when it runs out of wood, because you got limbs going one way or the other, like the softwood boughs, they don't have any limbs off them, or the limbs that they do are small enough to just kind of conform and burn up quick. But yeah, I'll head home and check on the emails, buddy, and I'll try to look up that. That's a weird one. And maybe I'm just dyslexic or dyslexic, whatever you call that, and can't read. Probably a little bit of both. But we got the old fire ring going. Oh, they have. They have. I mean, you can see that one's all charred up. I'm surprised the water's not pouring out of them yet. But they've been down a little bit. That one's got a big old rot hole right down. And you can kind of see a trail of water that was coming out of it. But yeah, and I've got it staggered, not the best spot. I might move it before I go. That way they parallel and just kind of work their way down. But dyslexic, yeah. I ain't anorexic. It's one of them though. But I think I'm gonna pee on this fire and take her in. We got 15 minutes before food's on the table, so I'll wrap her up there. Toddy and whoever else is on here, I'm not sure. But stay tuned. We got a new video coming out tomorrow. Not sure what yet. I've got, I don't know, another couple days worth of editing that I've got to get done. But it'll be out 5 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to wrap this up just because it's that time. Nonetheless, God bless y'all. We will see you next time. It's hard to get those pieces parallel. Yeah, exactly. But the little tractor with the forks does pretty good for me. So, but yeah, I'll be getting in touch with you, buddy. Take her easy, guys.